What the hell is Friend.Tech? Welcome back, everyone. We did not have a clip yesterday. I apologize for that. But we're back today, and we are going to dive into Friend.Tech or Friend.Tech. Shout out to Lucky Red Fish. Thank you very much for providing me a link to this. We're going to dive into this, and to me, this screams the same BS as BitClout. And if for the people who don't remember what BitClout was, essentially it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Nawfal, one of these people who constantly in engagement farms on Twitter. I believe that he was involved with BitClout. In any case, this isn't about Mario. This isn't about BitClout. This is about Friend.Tech. For the people who remember BitClout, essentially what it was that you could sign up to it, and if you had a big enough following, or you had a big enough engagement, you could dupe unsuspecting noobs into essentially buying your token, so to speak, right? So like in my case, let's say I thought that I was like super special, and people should be, for whatever reason, buying a token of me. So I would have a Coin Icarus token on BitClout, and people would buy it, and that would create a market. Okay. And then I would obviously have a whole bunch of it so that I could dump it on my, on my bag holders. Right. And that's apparently something that's innovative and something to be sought after. Anyways, whatever. Doesn't matter about BitClout. Who cares? Let's take a look at Friend.Tech, because if you ask me, Friend.Tech is the exact same bullshit. It's just a little bit more evolved and has a couple more bells and whistles to it. Now let's dive into it. Friend.Tech. What is Friend.Tech? Friend.Tech is a decentralized social network where a user must buy shares of another person in order to chat with them. What? So this is even worse than BitClout. Imagine you're buying shares of another person in order to chat with them. So look, if you want to pay to chat to people without having to use some kind of a shitcoin, you could just go sign up for Vita. I believe it's Vita Online. That's it's a service that was created by Bitcoiner Lyle Pratt. There you go. You could just pay people in Bitcoin. There's none of this utter nonsensical bullshit. If you want to pay to speak to people, there's already platforms to do that. Totally decentralized platforms to do that. Anyways, let's continue. Users sign up on Friend.Tech using their X, formerly Twitter account. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're linking your social media account with some shitcoins. Good stuff. Each individual has shares tied to their account, which can be bought and sold depending on whether the price of their shares goes up and down. Users also earn, look at this. Users also earn trading fees each time their shares are bought and sold by anyone. So you're even more incentivized to grift a whole bunch of unsuspecting noobs for fucking trading fees. Anyways, Friend.Tech launched in August 2023. Here's another interesting signal piece on an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain called Base. Now we're going to go take a look at Base, because for the people who have been following along, the people who are actually paying attention to the space, you know that Base is entirely owned and controlled by Coinbase. It's their L2 on Ethereum. What is Base? Coinbase's L2 chains opportunities, decentralization risks, and more. Yeah, hugely decentralized, run by Coinbase, a publicly traded company. Incredible decentralization going on here. So what is Base? Base is an open source optimistic rollup built on the Ethereum blockchain. What are these stupid names that they give these things? An optimistic rollup as opposed to what? Its complete opposite? The pessimistic rollup? Like, why would you even have a pessimistic rollup? Anyways, just stupid naming conventions. Rollups are L2 blockchains built to help layer 1 blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum scale. They bundle hundreds of transactions and submit them to L1 as a single transaction, which reduces gas fees for the end user. Base was created by Coinbase using Optimism's OP stack. It is the second L2 deployed on the OP stack after Optimism's mainnet. It is EVM compatible, which allows developers to deploy their EVM code base from Ethereum, and other compatible chains seamlessly to Base. Starting the 9th of August, users can bridge their mainnet ETH over to Base. Decentralization. The degree of decentralization in Base is among the biggest concerns pointed out by the crypto community. How decentralized is Base? How much influence does Coinbase have? According to Base's terms of service, Coinbase is the only sequencer node supporting transactions on Base at the time of this writing. So, in other words, Coinbase is controlling all your transactions on that layer, number one. Number two, a sequencer is a node that receives, records, and reports transactions on a rollup. It is the sequencer that credits funds to the user's rollup account after receiving proof of the deposit on the rollup contract. Coinbase has said that additional nodes may be provided by third parties in the future. Coinbase also added that it reserves the right to charge and modify the fees in connection with your use of the Coinbase sequencer. So even if somehow Coinbase allows the gates to their little walled garden open so that you can come and play, well, guess what? They can go and change what you're allowed to charge anytime they want. Because guess what? You're playing in Coinbase's garden. Nobody else's. Coinbase also operates the Base Bridge. No shit. No way. Which enables the transfer of the crypto assets between Ethereum and Oh, wow, look at that. They control the layer. They control the fees on the layer. And wouldn't you know it? They control the bridge. Wow. I would have never guessed that. Never in a million years. So now we understand that that's not decentralized at all. That's just a Coinbase Inc. layer on top of Ethereum Inc. layer. So let's go back to it. Friend.Tech calls itself the marketplace for your friends, and here is how it works. Amy is a popular crypto journalist who works at a renowned news agency. She has amassed over 100K followers on X and is revered for her analytic opinion on cryptocurrencies that she shares with her social media followers. Brian is a college student who is interested in cryptocurrencies and blockchain. He has 50 followers on X. Amy and Brian sign up for Friend.Tech. Both Amy's and Brian's shares are initially priced at 0.0004 ETH. Who chooses that? Why? Why is that the price? It's all part of the decentralization, guys. Amy's social media followers buy Amy shares, and her share price quickly rises to 1 ETH. Brian is among her first buyers. He now has a direct chat channel with Amy. Meanwhile, Brian's share price inches up to 0.0025 ETH thanks to his 5 close friends on Friend.Tech. Brian sees that shares of Amy that he bought at 0.0004 ETH has now risen to 1 ETH. This is the great part, guys. He sells the shares to pocket a quick profit. That's called dumping your bags, right? Like you're going and you're dumping the bags. Brian now looks for other profiles to speculate on. So if you don't understand, this is a giant effing grift. Okay, this is nothing but a game of hot potato. This is right, Dino, right? That's what this is, or Dino, however you want to pronounce it. Decentralization in name only. That is exactly what this is. Okay, this is just some shitty company that is pretending. Okay, and I wouldn't be surprised if the majority, I should say, of the activity that's currently going on in Friend.Tech right now is just paid activity for hype. Here's a little bit more signal. The surge in users has helped Friend.Tech generate over $1.68 million in fees in the last 24 hours. That's what this is all about. It's such a fucking grift. Anyways, making it the second highest revenue generating crypto project in the last 24 hours ahead of staking platform Lido and Layer 1 network Tron, which I'd like to point out. They're having the shitcoiners, ETH supporters specifically, are having a really hard time with Lido Finance right now because it turns out, this is the whole thing about proof of stake, right? You can't stop people from constantly increasing their stake and increasing their influence on the network. And so Lido is right now the biggest staker of ETH. And guess what? Can't stop this. They can't stop it. Anyways. Shitcoin things. At the time of the writing, much of the hype around Friend.Tech is around its monetary elements rather than its social networking utility. Spoiler alert, there is no social networking utility. Who the hell would buy shares of somebody to have an open chat with them? Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Actually, I shouldn't say it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard because I've been covering failed shitcoin projects for a few years now. But it definitely falls into the basket of the dumbest shit. Anyways, let's continue. Crypto degens are speculating on famous personalities and trading their shares. No. Those are not shares that you're trading. That is vapor shitcoin. Total vapor crap. Okay, because you see, traditional shares, they've got laws and regulations backing them. This has absolutely nothing backing it. Anyways, they're trading their shares in the hopes of turning a profit. Dedicated websites like Friend.Tech have popped up, which track the share price of an individual on Friend.Tech. Adding fuel to the fire, crypto derivatives platform Avo introduced an index perpetual contract that lets traders bet on the total market capitalization of all Friend.Tech accounts. Okay, so I mean, like, look, if you didn't understand what this is not innovation. Okay, this is not creating something of value. This is just another form of grifting and gambling. That's all it is. Even though I've already covered some of the red flags, here's some of the other stuff that's going on right now. Several X users have pointed out that when you link your Friend.Tech account to your X account, Friend.Tech gets permission to tweet and retweet using your X account. I mean, so look, that, as much as I want to dump on this shitty platform for whatever, for the stupidity that it's doing, this is true of almost any integration with Twitter. They will, I mean, every single one I've ever seen has always placed that warning. Again, I'm not saying that as a defense. I'm just saying that as a, objective point that, hey, look, it doesn't matter what your integration is. For the most part, you're going to be asking for these specific types of settings. This, on the other hand, is actually terrible. So here we go. Twitter usernames and wallet addresses made public. On the 21st of August, 2023, Yearn Finance developer Banteg tweeted a GitHub repository revealing the leaked X usernames and connected wallet addresses of over 101,000 Friend.Tech holders. Friend.Tech clarified the incident on X, saying, "This is just someone scraping our public API that shows the association between public addresses and public Twitter usernames." It's like saying someone hacked you by looking at your public Twitter feed. However, many X users remained unconvinced as they pointed to the lack of documentation on Friend.Tech's privacy policy. We're going to get to that in a second. At the time of this writing, Friend.Tech's privacy policy says coming soon. Friend.Tech presents an exciting way to power social media platforms with cryptocurrencies. There is an opportunity to help artists. What? How does this help artists? And you'll notice, guys, just for the sake of it, NFTs also were claimed to help artists. And then in the end, did they really help the artists? Of course not. What they did was the NFT landscape had provided a seemingly plausible story to grift artists into supporting it. That's all. So anyways, so finishing up, there is an opportunity to help artists, content creators, and influencers monetize their work. This is not monetizing your work, okay? So if you produce something that people determine is valuable, okay, and it's for sale, or that service is for sale, that product is for sale, people will buy it if they believe that it gives value. But in this particular case, make no mistake, there is no value here. This is a game of hot potato. This is gambling. Nobody is going to give a shit about your shares of some random Twitter influencer. And not, again, to go back to the point that it's not even real shares. It's nothing. It's vapor. It's just shit coins. There is absolutely nothing in any way, shape, or form tying any kind of responsibility, okay, of this company, Friend.Tech, okay, that creates any kind of link between the influencer, you, and the value. Okay, nothing. It's all vaporware. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Anyways, okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Right? Where did Friend.Tech come from? I mean, you'd imagine, you'd imagine that you would have heard about this. Well, maybe you did, and maybe you didn't care. Anyways, let's dive into it a little bit and get some background. Friend.Tech founders say viral crypto app is surprising them. We want to catch our breath. Oh, they're so shocked. They're so shocked that it worked. They hadn't been working on something to try to grift a bunch of noobs for a while now. Friend.Tech, the new decentralized social media platform from the makers of SteelCam. WTF is SteelCam? We initially shared the app to start load testing and didn't expect it to go viral. Friend.Tech co-founder Racer told Decrypt, so we're doing a bit of catch-up. So these guys who tried to make a viral, hear me out. These people who tried to make previously an app go viral are now deeply surprised that this app is going viral. Racer and their fellow pseudonymous co-founder Shrimp say they've been spending their days of late preoccupied with scaling Friend.Tech's infrastructure. Fucking bullshit. Fixing bugs and setting up basic policies and guardrails for the site. Okay, let's take a look at this SteelCam, this first idea that they made. Okay, so look, check this out. Steal this article and you could make its author very rich. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. This is so sad. These aren't normal images. However, you can't see what they are before you buy them. Okay, so kind of like when you buy those blind boxes at like the toy stores and you don't know what figurine you're getting. So they tried to do the same thing with shitcoins. You can't see what they are before you buy them, and they can also disappear at any moment forever. What? That's because anyone can buy them off of you whenever they like without your consent, unless, of course, you're willing to pay an even higher price to win them back. What? In late March, a duo of pseudonymous Web3 developers known as Shrimp and Racer, sound familiar? Sound like Friend.Tech guys? Soft launch SteelCam, a centralized media distribution platform that aims to unite the content sharing process with blockchain tooling and the frenzied financialized ethos of crypto. Oh, this sounds so stupid. It's so ridiculous. SteelCam operates on a simple premise. Anyone can upload anything to the site, so long as it can appear as a single image. The image then becomes an NFT living on Ethereum scaling network Arbitrum, and users can't see it unless they steal it. So I want you guys to think about this. You're buying an NFT that you don't own. Okay, right? Because we've gone through the whole thing with NFTs. Essentially, all NFTs are, because you don't actually own the images. There's no proprietary rights or anything like that. I can go and copy paste the images 50 million times. Everybody knows this about NFTs. So now we extrapolate this out, right? Now we extrapolate this out to what this is. Okay, so here you are. You've got an NFT. You have no idea what it looks like. Okay, you have no clue unless you buy it, right? So you buy it, then you can see it. Okay. And then somebody can, quote unquote, effectively steal it from you. How do they steal it from you? By buying it off of you. What? I don't think they understand how stealing works. Not that I'm advocating for theft, but I'm just saying if you're going to talk about stealing things, then it should actually be representative of what theft is, and paying for something and then having ownership of the link to it. That's not really theft. That's like a meta grift, like trying to like dupe you into thinking that you're stealing. Anyways, I wanted to show this last line of the article for the Friend.Tech guide. Okay, that this is right here. I mean, guys, look, I know that some people feel the need that they have to show you all the transactions, who owns the wallet to what, and all this stuff. Guys, I appreciate that stuff. The majority of people do not understand any of that shit. Okay. And the truth of the matter is that all of these shitcoin projects are so easily debunked. You don't need to waste your time with any of that stuff. You just have to look at the way that they sell it. This is at the end of the Friend.Tech article. We have to urge caution as Friend.Tech is still very new and has not given its audience the reassurance that it is a safe dApp and not a rug pull. So guys, look, We're telling you this thing is amazing. We're telling you that you could make a shitload of money, but we're just letting you know. Doesn't have enough reassurance, and we can't really tell you that it's not going to be a rug pull. Friend.Tech did provide an updated privacy policy. It's no longer coming soon, and here it is. Kind of looks like something that I'd write up for case notes for a troubleshooting case. Like, you could see that they just put this shit together on the fly. This is so cringe and so crappy. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this is just a whole bunch of canned data from other websites, which to a certain extent, I mean that's what privacy policies really are. But look, guys, Friend.Tech, this is no different than BitClout. This is the exact same BS. Okay. I mean, look, you can't stop people from wasting their money. You can't stop people from losing their own money. All we can really ever do is warn them about the red flags. And people are going to make their own decisions. But guys, this is nothing but a grift. Okay. These people clearly had been trying to find something that would quote unquote go viral. Okay. They tried it before with this ridiculous steel cam project that didn't work at all. And now they moved on to Friend.Tech. So, I mean, look, for me, this is just grifters grifting. They're taking advantage. And I would stay away from this stuff. I mean, really, this is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That is really the perfect quote for this type of project. Anyways, guys, let us know what you think of Friend.Tech. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. And I will catch you guys all tomorrow.